Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good, man? So Keith Thurman, the fight literally just the last round just ended. They haven't came out with a decision yet. I'm calling it Keith Thurman unanimous decision. You know, he pretty much controlled most of the rounds. I had him winning, I say 9, maybe 10 rounds. Though towards the back end of the fight, the last 6 rounds, the round started to get a little bit more competitive. The second round I gave to Mario Barrios. So the first couple of rounds were like, semi-competitive. Barrios was popping that jab out, but then Keith kind of caught a rhythm and he looked real good in the middle of the fight. He looked like the old Keith Thurman throwing big lefts and rights, very crafty and awkward at the same time. You could tell that he had a little bit of trouble closing the distance and getting underneath that jab, to be able to land his shots. He had a little bit of trouble getting in range, but ultimately, man, Keith Thurman, he looked decent for being off for 2 years, and you know what I'm saying. I could tell that he was healthy, he was in shape, but I wasn't impressed. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't impressed. Let's see what they talking about. They say 117, 111. That sound about right. 118, 110. Yeah, that sound about right. That sound about right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Keith Thurman, he clearly, was the better fighter. Clearly landed the better work. He hurt Mario Barrios multiple times, bloodied up his face, had his nose bleed, cut his eye up, had his eyes puffy and shit. Keith Thurman, he hurt Mario Barrios clearly multiple times, multiple times. Now, he really couldn't finish the job. Um, I don't know. It seemed like Keith backed off at times when he had Mario like really hurt. You know what I'm saying? Seemed like Keith kind of backed off. I don't know if it was him just playing it safe or maybe it was him wanting to actually get the rounds in, or I don't know. Maybe he ain't the same fighter in regard to his approach to the game. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit more conservative now, but like I said, man, good win, but I'm not really impressed. I'm not impressed. I don't think he can fuck with Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford. I think, he'll get fucked up, in there with either one of those guys. You dig what I'm saying? I think he could be competitive in those fights because of his experience and his intelligence, his ring IQ. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't know if Keith Thurman can beat Ugas. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a very close fight. A very close fight. You know what I'm saying? So the winner out of Ugas and Earl Spence, man, I want to see them go straight at Terrence Crawford. Ain't no use even playing around and fucking around with Keith Thurman. Let Keith continue to get back into the swing of things. I would love to see him get another fight and just continue to get back into that the consistency of fighting, and staying active. You know what I mean? And then, then maybe then will a Keith Thurman title shot versus the winner out of Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, or the winner out of Terrence Crawford and the winner of the Spence Ugas fight. Maybe then something like that'll make sense. You know what I'm saying? But Keith Thurman, he definitely still dangerous. He definitely still got the power. He got the speed. Uh, he didn't look bad at all. I just wasn't impressed. This dude Mario. Now styles make fights. Triangle theory don't work in boxing, but I mean, look, Javante Tank Davis is a guy from 130. and he put Mario Barrios on his ass. That's all I'm saying. You know, and Keith couldn't do that. So, hey, it is what it is. You know, he did hurt him though. The power is there, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. Yeah, Keith even said he gave himself a C plus B minus performance. That's about what I gave him. I say about a B minus. I give him about a B minus. He just said himself, so y'all can't say I'm hating on Keith. He just said himself. I gave myself a C plus B minus. That's what I give him too. I'm a give him the B minus. You know what I'm saying? He was decent, but you know I wasn't impressed. But again, he been out for some time, so I mean, what do you expect? You know. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How did y'all feel about Keith Thurman's performance? You know what I'm saying? You know, what do y'all want to see next from Keith Thurman? You know, do you think he deserves to go into a unification match versus the winner out of Errol Spence and Yordenis Ugas, or do you think he need another fight or two, you know, before he start fucking with them with the champions again? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime, boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.